Welcome to our social media marketing assessment. We are going to be using BrandWatch as a social media listening tool to collect social media data that relates to Nike and the industry that completes in. The data is going to be analyzed in order to find out more about Nike. Let's talk about the company background. Nike Inc. Corporation is a leading supplier of sports footwear and apparel. It was founded in 1964 by Bill Bowerman and Phil Knight as Blue Ribbon Sports. In 1980, when the company went public, the name was changed to Nike. Nike embraced digital before digital was even a thing. They are one of the most followed brands online with over 300 social media profiles that cater to a multitude of products and geolocations. Nike has a social media profiles on all major platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Pinterest. Let's talk about brand perception. Firstly, we will be looking at brand perception, as it is determined and owned by consumers, not brands as in part formed through shared experiences. Brand perception can be traced through social network insights to help brands to get a better understanding of what aspects are contributing to their perception. Social listening platforms like BrandWatch allow you to measure the sentiment of the talk around your products, brands, or campaigns. Nike's overall sentiment analysis resulted with an 8% positive, 2% negative, and 90% neutral sentiment across the dataset. When looking at sentiment analysis, it is vital to analyze conversation with negative sentiment because it helps brand to determine various customer issues that could be harming your brand. Spikes in negative sentiment and mentions occurred on certain days, therefore prompting further investigation. Zion Williamson is an American college basketball player who plays for Duke. There was no mention of him at all until the 18th of February. By the 21st, this has increased to 6,585 mentions. The player who is sponsored by Nike ripped his shoes during the basketball game, which has resulted caused him to get injured. The number of mentions then dropped to 23 by the 1st of March, then has remained at that level ever since. We also see Duke being mentioned much more to the event, which with 8,061 mentions, the spike and drop followed the same path as Zion Williamson. Colin Kaepernick, the NFL star, was criticized back in 2018 for kneeling during the national anthem due to the racial abuse around the US Nike, who had just offered the athlete a new contract, had serious backlash with many stores and people removing Nike goods. On the 14th February, the athlete settled a 10 million case with the NFL, which led to a significant increase in mentions for the athlete. It reached 6,197 mentions on the 19th before dropping down to 118 by the 17th. Many of the mentions were referring to a sports shop that removed all Nike products after he kneeled. The shop is now closing down, and many people were happy about this. We also see many mentions of how Colin didn't receive what he should, and that the $10 million settlement was much less than what it should have been. Nike saw its shares increase when this occurred. Next, we are going to be assessing what products are consumers talking about. Nike Air Max 90 was released on the 7th of February. Prior to this date, there were 1,000 mentions of the products in total. On the 7th of February, there were over 1,750 mentions, with many of those coming from Twitter and Reddit. The Nike Air Max 97 is one of Nike's most popular shoes. Throughout the given time period, we can see that even though there were no new versions released, the shoe still obtained over 9,000 mentions. NBA products. Over the given time, NBA products were most mentioned with 11,622 mentions. This is in part due to the release of the new NBA kits for the 2018 and 19 season, as well as the Zion Williamson incident. NBA mentions are also significantly higher than the other sports due to its demographics. 80% of mentions for Nike came from North America, which is the main region for that basketball is followed. Nike efficient strategy. Not only customer focused, not only they are selling products services, or technology. Instead, they are means to a greater end by also selling aspirational support that helps customers achieve their goals. Category events, which means shifting their focus from products to athletes and sports, aligning business units with specific consumer segments, for example, soccer, basketball, running, across the globe to better provide the consumer's demand for innovative products. Regarding the target audience, most of the consumers of Nike's products are mainly people with athletic lifestyle. As we can see from the mentions reported by Brandwatch, the 65% of them are posted by men and 35 by women. The company's core customer is the 14 to 22-year-old male sneakerhead, echoing another analyst's note that two-thirds of Nike sneaker customers are younger than 35. Nike has long recognized that women represent underrepresented opportunity in shoes and apparel. For this reason, this year the brand announced a new goal to take women's sales to 11 billion by 2020. They are releasing several sneakers with women-specific design solutions. The efforts including Nike's term expanded sizing, unique retail experiences, exclusive services, and new voices. As we can see from the second graph, the higher percentage of people audience comes from the United States. But last year, Nike announced a realignment around 12 key cities that would likely represent more than 80% of its growth through 2020. New York, Los Angeles, London, Shanghai, Beijing, Tokyo, Paris, Berlin, Mexico City, Barcelona, Seoul, and Milan. As we can see from this graph, the higher percent of the people interested in Nike products become from the sport field. But Nike's marketing strategy consists in attracting consumers who are also interested in other fields like music, technology, of health and fitness. With the Nike Run app, consumers are segmented by their interest. For example, a key runner uses the Nike Run app to track their runs and achievements. A tech person wants to share their progress with friends, and a music fan is able to download audio runs with words of encouragement from famous celebrities and athletes. Using data such as mileage and running habits, Nike can recommend the right products, such as suggesting reflective clothing for nighttime runners. In this way, the brand can attract people that are interested in fashion. With the latest sneakers app, which is aimed at sneakerheads who collect at the latest Nike trainer designs, Nike has used the AR technology to put the fun back into the hunt, avoiding the bad experiences of waiting in endless queues and camping outside stores for their latest releases. In this way, Nike transformed the shoe buying experience into something exciting by gamifying the experience, attracting also a part of people from the gamers generation. How we can understand what consumers think about products. With the BrandWatch tool, it is easy to analyze all dimensions related to our brand. In particular, clicking on the positive, negative, or neutral mention showed in the graph, we can understand what people and customers think of our products. How we should shape our next product. Quality. Due to the level of competition throughout our industry, quality is vital in trying to surpassing our competitors. Nike has always been known for having high quality sports goods. However, the incident with Zion Williamson illustrates how a malfunction in an item can lead to serious backlash from customers. Due to the rise in the internet, customers are starting to become empowered. We need to ensure that any mentions of the good are positive and not negative. Shape. Sports has become a religion to many, and certain sports play a large role in influencing customers to purchase certain items. An example of this is the Nike Jordan line. Customers are attracted to the shoes due to its link towards the NBA as well as Michael Jordan, one of the greatest players. Black and white. The most mentioned colors when it came to Nike products were white and black. These colors are easy to match with others and seem to be the most demanded based on the level of mentions they obtained. Therefore, adding black or white to the shoe should be a focus for shaping our next product. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it.